I really appreciate your comments from my last video. I think I've got a better handle on the difference between our channel and other reselling channels. Are we working it hard? I really appreciate your comments from my last video when I opened up my heart and shared with you my challenges on YouTube. I think it's important to address some of your comments and what I've taken away from those comments. First of all, as I said in the last video, I know I have a small group of you that appreciate my videos, and I want to thank you again for your kind comments and your appreciation of the videos that I create, the pack and ships, the time I put into it, and your support that you're going to continue to watch. Because I'm not going anywhere. Not yet. I think I need to pull back a little bit if I feel the need to pull back, because I want to build eBay back up. I want to get this going better. You know what that's like, right? Your job is eBay. My job is eBay, first and foremost. And so I'm going to be working on that. But back to your comments. There's a couple of things that I responded with that you may not have seen my responses. I'm not going to name out names. You can go back and look at the comments and my comments back to you. But for example, from reading some of your comments, I think I've got a better handle on the difference between our channel and other reselling channels. I mean, there's a lot of differences, right? We're completely different. But we're not selling to our audience. No, I don't expect you to buy anything because at the prices we mark up, no, I don't expect you to buy anything from our channel. So we are sourcing things that we feel have some good profit, good value, that we can pay very little for and sell it on eBay. eBay is our platform for reselling, not YouTube, not you, our audience. And you have seen a lot of YouTubers transition to selling to their audiences. I'm not even going to name names. You know who they are, and that's perfectly fine. They've worked for that. They've worked hard to build an audience for reselling to their audience, but that's not what our channel is about. In fact, we might be one of the handful of reselling channels that is all about reselling on eBay or Mercari or Poshmark or wherever, and not to our audience, not on Whatnot, and I'm not making videos for that purpose. So maybe our videos aren't as fun because you're not the one shopping the shelves with me. I'm not showing you things in the stores for you to comment on to say, oh, go back and get that, or why didn't you pick that up? Completely different channels. And it never really stood out to me until I read some of your comments. Yeah, we're just resellers. My tagline is simple sells for good profit. It's never been, we're huge sellers. It's never been, my whole house is, you know what I'm saying. Good for everybody else. I want every YouTuber to be successful because it's a lot of hard work, takes a lot of time, and more importantly, it takes a lot of years. Some of these successful reseller YouTubers have been on YouTube for a long time, 8 years, 10 years, or at least they've been reselling for a very long time, and on Facebook and building an audience, and they deserve all the success that they're having. We're just a small kid on the block, Let's admit it. I think many resellers have heard of avante-avenue, but it may not be their thing. And that's just the way it is. So out of the 400,000 or so people who subscribe to channels, reselling channels specifically. Yeah, we're just a little drop in the bucket and we're drawing a very small audience. But we are authentically resellers. Are we working it hard? Are we big resellers? Are we go-getters? Are we buying tons of stuff to resell? No, because I have some inventory I still haven't listed. But you wouldn't know anything about that, right? No, you don't have any inventory you haven't listed. How many of you have all of your items listed? So if you know what I'm saying, we've all got inventory, don't we? Most of us. How many of us really keep up with all of our inventory? My guess would be a handful, maybe. Oh gosh, where do I go with this? If I had started YouTube when I started reselling, I believe I would have the success that I'm looking for. One of the things I used to do is buy pretty much anything that I thought was cute. That's why I say I suffer from acute syndrome. And I'd buy anything that appeared vintage to me. And being born in the 50s, I can identify a lot of things that are vintage. Anybody else there know what I'm talking about? Anybody else in our age range? But anyway, I had tons of cute things, not just patterns like I've said. I had cute vintage items and a lot of vintage Christmas. And when we moved from Ohio to Tennessee almost 6 years ago, oh my gosh, I liquidated my inventory because I thought we were retiring. But no, we did not retire because you always need extra money. We always need extra money. Car repairs, dental bills, doctor bills, who knows, whatever, right? There's always something that comes up. So I liquidated, a good 80, maybe 90% of my inventory. When I say liquidated, we had garage sales. And I advertised to resellers, and they got some pretty good deals, but I also got my money back and made a little bit on it. So it was less stuff to pack. But I did end up donating, yes, donating tons of stuff to a local store, a local nonprofit. I kept what I thought was the cream of the crop, and that's some of the stuff that we go through on a rare occasion that we have out in the garage. You know, when we started the Avante Attic channel, that is no more. My point is, I bought lots of stuff. I had a humongous reselling area. We had a ranch home built in the 1980s, and the basement was 2,400 square feet. So talk about having space to store stuff. I had tons of space. I only used a fraction of the basement, but I could buy anything I wanted to because I had lots of room to store it. We downsized quite a bit. And I'm glad to have this family room in the basement that's temperature controlled because I used to work in a very cold basement. I had to wear a hat and gloves and have a heater all the time because I was so cold. But it was my woman cave and I loved it. And I went into my woman cave every single day and listed stuff. So I digress. What I'm trying to say is that when we go out sourcing, the reason I don't pan everything on the shelves in the thrift store, you know, the Vanna thing, well, the Vicky thing is, I used to pan a lot more stuff in the stores until I got to the point with, why? Why am I videoing this? Our thrift stores, especially our Goodwill, is so unorganized. Stuff's just thrown on the shelves. Maybe there's a little section for glassware and maybe for toys and linens, but it's a mess. It's a mess. It's just like walking into the Dollar Tree with used $1 items on the shelf in complete disarray. That's not fun to watch. You know, we don't live in a big city. We don't have tons of thrift stores and Goodwill stores, and we just don't. And sadly, we went from 3 Goodwills down to 1 here in Kingsport, Tennessee. And it's a mess. I often want to organize it. Organizer in me wants to go in and put like things together. But I don't. I'd probably get kicked out. Maybe banned. Think of that. What horrors if I got banned from Goodwill. So there's really no point anymore in videoing what's on the shelves just to create B-roll which it's called, video for the sake of putting it in a video. Plus, I would have to edit all of that video. And you might say, Vicki, why did you pick that up in the thrift store? Why would you pick this up? You're not going to buy that. Why did you waste our time looking at that? That's how, see, I try to look at it through your eyes. And I don't want to waste your time picking up stuff that's just not worth buying. So if it's not worth buying, why am I wasting your time looking at it? Just for the sake of making a video. Yeah, so apparently my videos aren't that fun. So apparently my videos aren't as fun as other reselling videos because I'm not making videos with you in mind as my potential buyer, and therefore I'm showing all the cute stuff on the shelf that you might be interested in. It's two different audiences. That's my conclusion. Two different audiences. And so, what did I say in my last video? I don't know what to do. Well, the reality is I am who I am. I make videos the best way that I can. They're not going to be for everybody. And that's just the way it is. So either I give up or I keep making videos that I like to make, keeping in mind that my style of videos, if you haven't figured it out, is to try to share with you something, to teach something, to bring something new to the table, to give you information that maybe you've never had before about things, to learn. And maybe that's not real exciting to some people watching videos. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. There's lots of channels that are making videos with you in mind as their buyer. I make videos with you in mind as being a reseller. Yes, a reseller, not our buyer. I hope that explains it. In my long-winded way of explaining it, I hope that helps. And you know what? I think since Mark and I have to run out today and pick up my new glasses that are in at Walmart, maybe we'll stop in Goodwill just to exercise my mind, my research skills, and see if there's anything of value in Goodwill. See you later. It's almost 2 o'clock, so I don't know if it will be crowded or not crowded, but this is just an exercise to challenge my brain. So let's check out our local Goodwill. Let's shop the shelves together. I do respect Goodwill and what they do for our community, but I just want you to shop the shelves with me and see what it's like. This is small town thrifting. Do you live in a big city or a small town like we do? Have I missed anything? Is there anything that you saw that I should have picked up, that I should buy to resell? This is why I say, get the goods before they get to Goodwill. And you know, the truth is, we have found lots of great things at the Goodwill to resell. We just have to work a little harder these days. And the Goodwill is not there to service resellers. I just wanted to show you our shelves on any given day and why I don't video a lot anymore when I'm in Goodwill. I am so looking forward to church rummage sales and garage sales starting soon. I can't wait. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue, and Mark and I will see you soon.